Not too much. You look, and it's something that I asked Andrew about too. FIU cuts it to 62-60, goes on a pretty big run midway through the first half or second half, and Ballard called a timeout. Did that surprise you at all that he got the timeout there? It seemed to kind of stabilize you all defensively and allow y'all to regroup a little bit.
Well, I don't know whether that's it. Sometimes we put too much play on things. He's a hell of a coach, and he does a hell of a job. I don't know. I don't want to look at one little. That'd be like saying one player is the reason we lose or something. That to me, I'm not going to go there. He could be right, maybe not. Could have been if it gone the other way. It was a good cut time out. So you don't know how that works, but he does a good job. They had a good little crowd here. I was shocked at how many people were here. I'm used to come in here and you could hear a pin drop. But, good little crowd. We looked real good at first. And then we told them at halftime, now, guys, they play just like us. You can be 20 ahead and you can lose. You can be 20 behind and you can win. I thought one of the biggest things we did wrong, and we got to look at this right at the end of half. A kid comes down, and our bigs stay on their guy with 4 seconds. All they had to do was go over there and contest that. And we relaxed, and we gave them 2 points, and they come back out feel a little bit better than they would if they hadn't gotten it. And we've got to make sure that we don't do that. Then they come out the second half. If you look at the shooting percentages, first half, 32%, 23, second half, 46, 42. Now, the reason I point that out is that they didn't change their offense. It was the same offense. They didn't get any looks first half. Second half, they were getting looks. That's on us. And I told our kids, we dropping deep. There's no reason for that. And then I thought when we got right down that could lose the ball game, we tightened it all back up again. And then, but we've got to learn from that you cannot take your foot off the accelerator. But good performances by some people. Tavion was an off night for him. That's not normal. Jared hasn't really gotten his total game back, although better. He played better. Andrew Taylor is getting better and better every time you turn around. And this is a perfect game for George because it's athletes running up and down the floor, a lot of space, a lot of running. He's the biggest of the athletes. So it worked out pretty well.
You look at George, and I think you all were up right around 4 or 5, and Jared gets a rip, and Darius gets back-to-back dunks, and sort of starts a string of you all stretching that back out. How huge are those energy plays from George, whether they come on lobs or whatever it may be that he does in the course of a game?
Well, that's what he was giving us at the first of the year, the first 4 or 5 games that we played. And then he got sick or hurt. What was it? He got hurt.
Ankle, wasn't it?
Yeah, he never did come back to, the lineups changed and we started doing different rotations. And this rotation, I started him because I thought it was a perfect game for him. So I started him ahead of Mike off the bench. He came in on the first switch over, and, it paid off because he played extremely well.
Well, that first half, first half, was that as strong of a first half, on both sides of the court, both ends that you all have seen?
No, because I think Wright State up there, we played extremely well. They're a very, very good ball club. And, we played equally as well against Western, Toledo. Those 2 games we lost, but we, weren't too bad. Toledo maybe not as good as it should have been. Western second game wasn't bad. Played great against Ohio here. So, we've had some games of that type. Every game's different because the matchups are different, styles are different. So you can't really say this was better than that one. You're taking advantage of different things. And the first half, though, we were efficient. I thought Gorin came in, gave us some good minutes. He didn't, not great stats, but he held down the middle. He's a good pick and roll guy, and he's big. changes things inside. So, we got some good things. We just got a real quick turnaround, 2:00 tomorrow, and they got to go to bed early, and we got to sweep this thing, and that starts us getting us back to where we belong in this conference.
And what food are you getting delivered tonight to break down film for a 12-hour turnaround?
But first of all, I'm not going to break down film tonight. I'm not one of those guys. Tomorrow morning, get up about 5:00. I'll be watching it. I like to go to sleep and wake up. I feel better, I'm fresh, and I can do it in an hour instead of 3 hours. If I did it tonight while I'm eating and they're talking, it'd take me 3 hours. If I get up and it's quiet and I put it on and I'm looking at it, it takes me an hour. So that's the trick of the trade from an old geezer. Good. It reminds me of the story of this is a true story. I don't know if I should say it, but the Olympic team was getting ready to play an African team, which we were going to win by 30, 40. It wasn't going to be close. So they were watching film late at night, Mike and Krzyzewski and Boeheim. So they got about into the second part of the first half or just going toward the halftime. They hear this, and they turn around. Boeheim fell asleep out of the chair. See, he was the only smart one out of all of them.
All right, Coach. Well, y'all have fun, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
I want to thank Coach Huff for calling us out, and supporting us, and wish him the best on campus. All right.